You know, it hasn't been easy. I will say at day 50, I was looking at this as an out and back run, which for you runners out there, if you're like me and you do an out and back, the back is always easy, right? The return home, the realization that you're more than halfway there. Some reason an out and back, the halfway point is a moment of relaxation, a moment of breath. So, and then typically a moment where I get a runner's high. So I thought at day 50 that we were there in this 100-day hiking challenge too. I was like, oh yeah, it's just an out and back. I've done 50 days. The next 50 are all going to be the same. That was not the case. I had moments of imposter syndrome, as most of these ideas are concepts that I didn't create, right? Like, so Jesse Itzler and the Muskogee Challenge, that's not me. It's me sharing his idea, right? And I look at it a little bit differently in some sense. I do think you got to put something scary on your schedule. You got to have something to look forward to. You got to be adventure ready. But I also think instead of creating a time resume of motivation, you can look back on your life and have a timeline of motivation, right? Of accomplishments, right? I come from humble beginnings in the beginning of my life, and looking back at those humble beginnings and the struggle my parents had and what they were able to achieve and give has been absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to share concepts like this, you know? And so the last 100 days have been basically 100 days of sharing concepts of people, of rock stars, so to speak, that have had huge impact in my life. So, and there's more to come. I've shared with thought leaders like Jim Rohn. We talked about some other ones as well. And it's helped in everything from business to personal life. So yeah. I'm gonna turn this off. I'll turn it back on when we get down to the beach, and we'll wrap this up down there. But so far, the 100th day has been amazing to get back to where it all started so many years ago. It was on a 40th birthday. So 2 years ago, I came out here by myself and I watched the sunset on the peak over here. And I thought about what was possible. And I didn't know at the time that 2 years later, I'd be in the same place filming a video where I'd posted for the last 100 days on not only LinkedIn, but also YouTube, the stories and the lessons learned in the last 6 years of divorce recovery. So if you're in a funk from divorce, if you're in a place that you don't want to be, you've recognized that divorce has made you realize you're not the man you always thought you could be or could become, just know that anything is possible. It just takes that first step. It takes putting yourself out there in a new way, in a new manner, doing something scary. It takes consistency and commitment. And I want to talk about that too. So commitment and consistency, I think that's been a big part of this. So there's the 100-day hiking challenge. And the point and the inspiration is to provide a roadmap for y'all to over 100 days to get outside, to move your bodies, and to exercise your mind. That would have been funny. I guess that was kind of already funny. And the point of that was to just do something different for 100 days. I mean, it's just over 3 months. It's not that bad. 100 days doesn't sound bad, right? To get outside for 20 minutes every day. But I'll admit, I had some challenges with that. There was days where it was a long day at work, where I didn't feel good, where whatever, pressure in life, something personal, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to film. I didn't want to shoot. I didn't know what to say. There's days that imposter syndrome had popped up because it felt like I was not representing and didn't know how to represent the people that gave me these concepts appropriately. So I feel like I know how to bridge that gap now, and you'll see that work in the coming months. You'll also see a longer form video from me that will be more encompassing of this work and hold a little bit more of my feelings and thoughts to these projects. It won't be so rote. We won't be just reading off a sheet or bullets or notes anymore. And that was kind of fun too, is the process. So one of the things I can call my own here, and correct me if I'm wrong, if someone's come up with this idea before and I just unconsciously have mimicked it, please let me know. But in the beginning, I looked at this whole journey as path, plan, and progress. And so the path is just picking any path. By taking action, by getting outside. Look at this cool log. Just giant. How did this thing get down here? Not a tree in sight, but there's a giant log. Look at this thing. There we go. A giant log down here, but not a tree in sight. So path, plan, progress, and excuse me as we have some technical difficulties. Apparently my selfie stick is just as excited to be down on the beach finally as I am. Path, plan, progress. Path. Pick any path, right? So if you are going for a hike and you got 20 options, just pick one of them, right? Path, plan, progress. Pick a path, take an action, right? By taking action, by moving towards that path that you select, a plan will automatically unfold, right? So there's the plan of continuing down the same path, right? There's the plan of, is there a fork in a road that I might go left or right? There's also, do I want to cut my own trail? Do I want to do something new? Do I want to do something different? So the path is taking action. The plan unfolds while you're taking that action. And the process is the process of progress. It's learning. It's as you're making these decisions to take a path, a plan unfolds, you start to learn. And what is learning? Learning is just failing. Learning is trying something new. Learning is sitting up on a rock cropping and having an idea and then testing it out. And what I've realized more and more is that learning is best done quickly. So if you have an idea, right, like this 100-day hiking challenge, it was an idea and I floated around for a couple of weeks before actually taking action. When now, in hindsight, after doing the 100 days, I will be encouraged to just go, right? And I went this morning to the place that we find ourselves in now, and I went so fast, I forgot my wallet, right? I came down on this beach so excited this morning, I forgot the microphone, right? So I don't even know if you can hear me right now, but none of that matters. What matters is taking action and learning. And that's the process. So path, plan, process. process is the process of failing, the process of realizing that true growth comes from discomfort. And that's what this is all about, right? So in divorce, we can be lost. We can numb ourselves with different vices. We can make poor decisions. We can do things that we're not proud of. But the important thing is not what is transcribed or what's happened in the past, because the past is really only true in our minds. But taking action, doing something different, making a decision, learning as you go, failing and learning. It's the greatest gift. It's sad that it held me back in so many different areas of my life for so long, but learning and failing, or failing and then learning, however you want to look at it, it's been the greatest gift. So in the last 100 days, there's been a lot of failing. There's been a lot of learning. Everything from editing, lighting, equipment, charging, backups to backups, so much. But the process has been a lot of fun. And it's encouraged me on long days to still go and shoot. After traveling, coming home, still making time to go get a video in, even though it's nighttime, even though you can't see it and it's blurry, even though I forgot my mic. Whatever it was, every challenge was another opportunity to learn, an opportunity to create a system to prevent that from happening again, and an opportunity to succeed. So wherever you are in your divorce journey, I hope the last 100 days can help you in some capacity and way. And if not, well, I don't know what to say there. And that's all right. I've realized too, as I've made videos and helped men out in this journey, is that I can't help everyone. That's been a hard pill to swallow. You know, there's some people that need to go on their journey for a while for themselves. There's some people that aren't ready to reach out for help. And there's some people I don't have the tools. And that's okay. I find it best for the men that are seeking, the men that know that they want something different. Those are the ones I can add value to. The ones that my story resonates with them, I can help you. I'm confident of that now, more so than I've ever been. And so, wherever you are, I feel you. My heart goes out to you. And just know I'm here. I think that's the greatest thing, is to know you got someone that's here in your corner, that's happy to support you along your way. So that's it. Today was supposed to be a video that was straightforward. It was supposed to be a video of me reading essentially my LinkedIn post, like I've been doing. But it turned into a great lesson in just going and taking action. And that's kind of where we started. So if you learn anything or take anything away from this video, it's just take that first step. Take that first step, find like-minded men. Take that first step, learn how to control your breath, the gift that we're given at birth, and the last thing we have before we leave this world. Just take action. Whatever that looks like. Join a league. Get out there. Go to a beach. Hike on a trail. Talk to an old friend. Share something with somebody. I thank you all for all the inspiration. I am so grateful for this journey, and I'm looking forward to where it goes from here on out. So stick around. There'll be new exciting things for sure, and I look forward to it. Until then, we'll see you out there in the trail.